Skull, Ivor! Your fist is without ale. Let us address that.
Surely a special...
A metal not...
Too old...
And the new... Not bad.
A fool's way.
A challenge.
I could use a drink.
Skull, Ivor! Let's have a drink.
Drink more.
The boar represents fertility. Did you know that?
Estes Freyr, what's your point?
You impress me, Eivor. Your battle wisdom, your strength of character, skilled in so many ways. Yet I wonder, is there any skill of mine that I could impress upon you?
Even a fool has something to teach, whether they're aware of the lesson or not.
Hey. But I could show you how to wield my plow sword.
Have another horn of mead, brother. It's brewed with clover and raspberry, they say.
Did you hear what I... Yes, it's good.
Keep that up.
Wait, did you hear? Did my brother just call me? I think he... You know I should go. Brother!
Behold, how light-footed I am! You're as light-footed as a bear in a birch tree. These are the moves of Eldenheim.
Eivor! Care for a challenge? Eivor! Wolf-kissed.
They are not.
Even after...
Maybe later.
Eivor!
Still.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes open long enough to witness me, you... drunken lout.
Yes, that's it. As with everything, an easy task for the wolf-kissed.
Barely a challenge.
Impressive. Impressive. Eivor! Some sweet... The Saxon god wanders somewhere up here, does he not? I haven't seen him.
They like to say he moves with mystery.
Look! The moon! It moves untroubled now. But one day it will be eaten by a giant wolf and the nights will be black forevermore.
Are you all right? I'm glad to hear it.
I always felt like Skull.
You can let them go.
My long ship...
Come on, let's get you...
You're very strong.
You're very large.
Sorry for this, Eivor. I've had one last glory.
It need not be the...
Not the...
Enough fun and games. I should see how Oswald is doing.
Eivor, I'm about to address our guests, and I'd like you to be there.
It is...
And have you had enough...
I am ready to hear you address your kingdom.
Good. Come. Friends, honored guests. We've pushed through hard times. It seems like all we... But it is not conflict that binds us. It is compassion. So, to my Dane friends and neighbors, and for my fellow Christians, I see East Anglia's future right here, Right!
Still a bit softer.
And to Eivor.
On behalf of East Anglia, let this ring be proof of our loyalty to the...
Would you have any words of wisdom for us?
I am not one to bask in the glow. Under his protection.
To Oswald! Skull!
Skull!
Okay, everyone, the bridal... Steady all!
My king!
The sheep you left to guard me have been shorn. Oswald! King of sheep fuckers! Show your eyes! I challenge you.
I accept.
Oswald is king, and a king must have a champion. I will fight in his stead.
He challenged me, Eivor.
Your fight is bigger than this, Lord. You must rebuild East Anglia plank by plank, and a dead king cannot keep his oaths. Let me finish this.
Oswald, you gutless Arya swine! I'll slay the wolf-kissed, then hang you with your own tongue. You! Always getting in the way! East Anglia can burn for all I care!
I wish it had not come to this. So much death.
What is done is...
You're leaving now.
I
Eivor, you've done East Anglia a great service.
And one day I will need you. I should find Finir. Say goodbye before I leave.
Ah, greetings, Eivor.
You...
I've had my
It's as much yours.
I was a crumbling man, but now, my
Glory cares not for age, Finir.
together,
Together.
I'll gather my thing.
Seems the wind calls me back to Randi. Best tell her the good news.
Do you not know fine me?
Rowan, Holger, why all... Eivor, thank Tyr. I heard shouting. Is something wrong?
Holger robbed me, and I demand he be punished.
Robbed is a pointed word. Does the deer rub the stream when she takes a drink? Does a cow rub a field when he crops on sweet grass?
Eivor, this matter requires sensitive judgment. Will you? Of course. From the beginning, please.
Well now, there is no excuse too small, I see. Nothing to keep you from coveting that seat, is there?
In Sigurd's absence, who has better claim to oversee these disputes?
You might leave them to work it out for themselves, but that would mean letting go, would it not?
Please start again. Tell me all that has happened.
I will start. I have been falsely accused by this Saxon Philistine.
A Philly what? Are you mocking me?
Silence, please. I'll hear both of your complaints and render a decision, awarding compensation if needed. Understood? Holger, let me hear your side.
Eivor, you have known me as a skald for years. You have seen how my poems bring life and joy and wisdom to our people. And you know that my work requires a certain, let us say, freedom to make use of rare resources to compose my verses. Often when lacking the proper tools, I have made use of novel items. Alvis's walking stick, Tovi's inks, all were given gladly.
You cut off my horse's tail to make a brush, you bleeding...
Rowan?
As I was saying, this morning in the throes of poetic reverie, I realized that my latest piece required delicate brushwork. I could have used a frayed stick, some cloth, my hands, but no. I needed something gentler, softer. To make a perfect brush, I needed the fine hairs of a well-raised horse. And so I availed myself of a local resource.
You clipped Alfgafu's tail to the rump without asking.
It was early. I did not wish to wake you.
Thank you, Holger. I believe I understand your position. Rowan, tell me your version of these events.
As you are aware, Holger and I are neighbors. Near enough that I often catch him at my stables, stealing my tools.
Borrowing.
Holger, let him speak.
Stealing, borrowing. My point being, I have always allowed him to use whatever he pleased. I greatly admire your Norse generosity and had hoped to match it. But this morning, Holger stretched the limits of my grace. Entering my stables for their feed, I found my most beautiful, gentle mare stripped of her tail. Bereft, not a strand in sight. I am ashamed to say my natural suspicion drew me to Holger, and how right I was. For when I peered across the lane, there he was, gripping a horsetail brush slathered with indigo, dragging it across a sheet of...
Painting, Rowan. I was painting. You make it sound so crude.
You see? Such willful arrogance. It will take ages for Ilgafu's tail to reach its former length. I demand compensation.
I understand. Thank you, Rowan. I believe I have heard enough. If you'll...
My horse looks like a fool, Eivor. No handsomer than a donkey now. You must do something.
Do not conflate hair with beauty, Rowan. She remains radiant. Elgifer's hair will grow back in no time.
Quiet, both of you. Now listen. Holger, Rowan is clearly in the right. You sheared the tail from his horse without gaining permission.
I borrowed the tail. Borrowed! Does the reality of regrowth not make this a victimless crime?
It is a two-victim crime, Holger. Though they are unharmed, you took without asking, and that will not do. As the horse's value has diminished significantly...
But the horse was not for sale. Rowan, admit it.
My decision is final, Holger.
And if I do, may I keep the horse?
Pay the man and be done with it. Rowan, does this satisfy you?
It does.
Good. Then by Tyr's blessing, return to your homes in...
That's a damn fine stable we have now. Lord, look at it.
Oh, hello, Eivor. Good day. Word of our growing settlement has reached outside ears, so have a look around. You may see a few new faces. That Holger, he is quite the character.
I almost envy him. To see the world through such a muddy glass.
Let's not walk too far with that idea.
East Anglia is with us.
Eivor Kingmaker. Some interesting news. King Ceolwulf has sent Ceolbert to Shropshire. He hopes to install him as Elderman there.
Good for Ceolbert. He should do well considering all he has learned from you.
I gave him only a taste of my knowledge. The rest he will need to One more thing. I do not know if you heard, but Svend passed away a short time ago.
I had not heard, no. And how is...
It has been rough on her. She spends quite a lot of time.
Randvi, are you well?
I'm fine.
Not until you tell me what is...
Oh, I think I have.
I cannot help you with your life just now.
I don't know. There's much...
Stop. Forget. We could take a ride to Grand...
That sounds lovely. And too far to consider now. What was it you need?
I want to see the Alliance map. Hytham asked that I travel to London.
A wild city. One that Halfdan Ragnar...
Hytham claims, yes, that I track them down and kill them.
In a city so chaotic, it is worth a try.
I will.
Good.
Randvi, take a break.
Do you mean now?
Of course. You said you were tired.
I did ask, didn't I?
Follow me. We won't take the long ship today. This trip is for us. Just you and me. Is that a problem?
Not at all. So long as I get some air and sun, I will be fine. I spend too much of my day in the Longhouse.
We'll need to cross the river at some point if we want to enter Grantebridgeshire.